ladies and gents. Apologies for the sound issues. Thank you for those of you in the chat bringing that to our attention. We seem to have resolved that issue. Let me at this point then welcome you to Wahoo Aquatics Centre in Sunny Hill for this Level 1 Series Gala. We are on Heat 3 of 7. So in Lane 1 we've got Max Arumba. In 2 we've got Alexander. In 3 Graham. In 4 Jaden Schlebusch. In 5 Chris. In 6 Luke. In 7 Samuel. In 8 Thirian. And 9 Hugh and Hayden out in lane number 10. Pretty good start here in the middle of the pool. Pretty even from lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6. Let's see who's going to get to the wall first. It does look like it's going to be lane 6. That is Luke Gamansky. And a great turn from Luke as well. He's managed to open up a body length lead there as we're coming home. And a strong finish from Luke as the race for second and third continues. It looks like it is going to be Chris in lane number 5 who comes home for that second place. So wonderful swimming across the board there. Heat 4 of 7 up next. We've got Jonathan in 1, Thomas in 2, Connor in 3, Michael in 4, Thomas Fowler in 5, Luke Robinson in 6, Noah in 7, Nathan in 8, Max in 9 and Carl out in the outside lane 10. Good starts in the middle of the pool there. Looks like it's lane 6 and 7 dicing it to the wall for the turn. Luke Robertson just ahead of Noah. Neither of them going for the tumble turns, which has allowed the rest of the field back in a little bit. But Luke looking nice and strong in lane 7 there. He's going to hold on. Is the 9-year-old, the young. With Noah outside him, Noah the only 8, youngest in this particular race, so great to see them swimming so well. So all these heats are ranked on times. That's why we have this range of ages from Noah at 8 to Jonathan at 13 in that particular race. As they compete more and more and get their times down, which we saw Luke Robertson moving from a 41.78 to a 39.66 in that particular heat, they'll move up the rankings. A wonderful swimming there from Luke. As we move on to heat number 5, we've got D.A. Song in 1, Cole Hall in 2, Matthew Ngara in 3, Zian in 4, Noel in 5, Daniel in 6, and Kosanati in 7, Matthew in 8, Jason 9, and Siuan in lane 10. I think the one to watch is going to be Matthew Ngara in lane number 3 as we see them approach the wall, and in fact it's going to be D.A. Song who's going to turn first, Matthew second, and out in lane 8 in third place. That's Matthew Tooth chasing the field, but don't discount Cole Hall here in lane 2. He's very much in the mix. Who's going to have the fastest finish? It does look like it's going to be Matthew Ngara in lane 3. And indeed it is. In a 39.02 for Matthew Ngara. taking off half a second off his time, so he'll be happy with that swim. Well done to Matt. On to heat number 6. We've got Godfrey Madipa in 1, Zayn Mohammed in 2, Kheto in 3, Tana in 4, Lukahanyo in 5, Bushle in 6, Malachi in 7, Declan in 8, Matthew in 9, and Travis in the outside lane. Starters asking to clear the pool. So heat number 7, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself, heat 6, we're ready to go. Pretty even start in lanes 4 and 6. It looks like it is going to be Tana who gets to the wall first on the turn. A really nice turn from Tana as well. Can work a little bit on that underwater to get out ahead of the 5 meter area, but really quick through the wall, and he's having a strong second length as well. He's being chased by Abukhle in 6, but Tana's going to touch first in a 33.29, so he's taken about 3 seconds off his time there. That's wonderful swimming from Tana. Really, really strong performance. As we move on to heat number 7, the final of our boys under 16 and under 53s. We've got Chuma in 1, Neil in 2, Tharlan in 3, Cameron in 4, Jude in 5, Chaim in 6, Ashwin in 7, Nathan Silberman in 8, Nathan Sherry in 9, and Arham Khalifa in the outside lane. And the boys are off. It's a great start in lane number 5. Can the field chase him down? It's Jude Stewart. He's got Chaim Strauss just outside him for close company, with Cameron Sherry in lane 4 chasing. It was a really good race. Looks like Jude's going to hang on. Very tight. Oh, too close to call. It is lane number 5. Jude Stewart in a 30.01, followed by Chaim in a 30.17. So good swimming there from the young men. All in and around their best times. Really strong performance. Okay, we're done with the freestyle. We now move on to backstroke. So we've got 10 heats of women, 16 and under 50 meter backstroke. have a slight delay here as we get the backstroke ledges ready. Wonderful opportunity for the swimmers here to get exposure to using the backstroke ledges. So useful in terms of getting a bit of traction as the girls push off the wall and try to get out as far as they can. Wonderful to have the youngsters racing here. At this level 1 series gala. And we're seeing a great start from Chloe in lane number 6. Going away from her compatriots. Swimming for waterborne. As we see Nompumelelo and Holly getting to the wall here to turn. It's going to be a dice for second and third here between these two, as we'll cut back to Chloe, who's got off to an absolute fly, and she's heading for home. 10 meters to go for the 8-year-old. Looking to break the 1 minute mark. It's going to be close, but I think she's going to do it. And she does indeed, touching in a 59.08. As we see the dice here for second place. And it looks like Nompumelelo is just going to hang on, get that second place, with Holly coming through in third place. On to heat number 2, we've got Caitlin in 1, Erin in 2, Imita in 3, Alexis in 4, Bokamoso in 5, Zinte in 6, Muddy in 7, Isabella in 8, and Cadence in lane 9. Seeing a strong start in lane number 4. And it's Alexis Smith taking us to the wall. Chase coming from Caitlin and Erin in lanes 1 and 2. A bit of a move out in lane 9 as well. In fact, that's lane 8. But it is all about Alexis in lane 4. She's going to take it home in a 43.68. Great swimming by Alexis. Second place for Caitlin Ford in a 47. And Erin coming home in a, let's see if I can get the time there, 51.17 for Erin. So wonderful swimming. Just have Cadence Adams coming home here, finishing her 50 back. Alright, now we're starting to get onto the seeded heats. So the only one without a time coming in here is Emma Buckley, swimming in lane 10. The rest are all seeded. We'll be hoping to break the 1 minute mark here for a couple of these swimmers. Jamie in lane 1, Mahato in 2, Milani in 3, Alexa in 4, Kenzie in 5, Alia in 6, Ife in 7, Isabella in 8, Kendall in 9, and as I said, Emma Buckley swimming in lane 10. So 3 swimmers on a 103 here, the youngsters, Alexa Naidu, the 8-year-old, and then Kenzie and Alia, the 2 9-year-olds. We're seeing strong swims from Emma Buckley, and looks like lane 7, that's Ife. As they come to the wall, yes, Ife in lane number 7 in second place, chasing Emma Buckley. Emma does have a slight age advantage on the field. She is 12, a couple of years older than everyone else. As we said, she doesn't have a time registered yet, so this will be her first time, and it's going to be a good one. Looking at around 45 seconds here for Emma Buckley. And she touches in a 45.14, and we'll cut back to Ife coming home in lane 7. She's going to get second place. Bit of a dice here for third. It looks like it's going to be lane 9. That's Kendall Tembo. Well then to Kendall in lane 9. And Alexa in lane number 5 coming home for fourth place there. Okay, on to heat number 4. Selena in 1, Alison 2, Elenschle in 3, Amani in 4, Shekinah in lane 5, Nao in 6, Gabriella in 7, Mackenzie in 8, Ntanda in 9, and Emily in the outside lane, swimming from lane number 10. Kabaso, awesome to have you with us. Shouting for Ntanda. The 7-year-old, she'll be hoping to break the 1 minute mark here. If I look through my program, I think we've got 2 7-year-olds in the program here so far. So great to have Ntanda swimming so high up the seeding as well. A couple of swimmers under the 1 minute mark here. Watch out for Neo and Shekinah in lanes 5 and 6. In fact, Neo's not swimming here this morning. I see there's a scratch in lane 6. And we're off. A really impressive start in lane number 7. Good underwater. She got through that work really nicely, but the rest of the field coming back at her now. There's been a strong length here in lane 4. That's Amani. Gets into a bit of a mix in her turn, which allows Shekinah in lane 5 to take the lead. There was a great turn there in lane 5. Dice here between Lensley in 3 and Chicana in 5. Who's going to have the most gas for the finish here? And we're seeing a bit of a move in lane 7 as well. But it is Chicana who gets home first, and she's knocked off 2 seconds to swim a 56.56. Wonderful from the 9-year-old in lane number 5. Moving on to heat 5 of 10, we've got Willow in 1, Hannah Lindsay in 2, Samila in 3, Sophia in 4, Robin in 5, Katara in 6, Gabriela in 7, Nuha in 8, Sakile in 9, and Rory Sung in the outside lane. Starting to ramp up the times here. Robin, the fastest ranked swimmer in lane 5 with a 55.58 here. Everyone around the 56-57 mark, so we can expect a nice quick heat here from the girls. Hannah Lindsay, the youngest swimmer in this race, swimming out of lane 2. Comes in on a 57.24. She'll be pushing for that 55-second mark. Let's see what she can do. Slight delay, one of the swimmers from the previous race just moving there on the start, so we're going to start again. And we're underway here. Looks like it's the outside lanes leading the charge here. Nua in 8 off to the fast start. She's got Tsakile for company. And there's a move here from Hannah Lindsay in lane 2 as well. I think it is Hannah Lindsay who gets to the wall first. The youngster in this race leading us through. What she got left in the tank for lane number 2. Pretty even. We're seeing some moves in 6 as well, and 7. Gabriela Rumba coming back at us, but I think it's going to be the outside lane number 9 who gets home first. It is indeed 9, 7, 8, 2. Yep, 9, 7, 8, 2. 57.97 for Hannah Lindsay in lane number 2. And we move on to heat 6 of 10. We've got Chaluva in 1, Emma Schoenwinkel in 2, Addison in 3, Olivia in 4, Orotelue in 5, Katie in 6, Paige in 7, Koone in 8, Jessica Taylor in 9, and Sophia in lane 10. On to heat 7. We've got Isabella in 1, Nakisha in 2, Kiante in 3, Chloe in 4, Erin Stassen in 5, Ashley in 6, Tomilola in 7, Mila in 8, Atrissa in 9, Sophia in 10. So with the backstroke start, with the ledges, the swimmers have to have their toes above the water. The starter's just checking for that as we get underway here with heat 7. Strong start from Erin in lane 5. She's going to get to the wall first. Looks like that's Isabella in 1 who's second to the wall. Erin really going away from the field here. She's looking to try break that 50-second barrier, and I think she's going to do it comfortably as well. Really good swimming, a 44.21. That's a massive move from Erin in lane number 5. Wonderful swimming from her. As we move on to heat 8, Charlotte in 1, Nolene in 2, Gemma in 3, Blakely in 4, Abigail in 5, Kendra in 6, Kendra in 7, Kensian in 8, Kimberly in 9, and Anae in lane 10. Looks like that's lane number 7 off to an absolute flyer, Kendra Delport. But big moves here in lane 3 as well. Both girls having a little issue with their turn, and it's absolute dice between Gemma Smith and Kendra Delport, with Kendra Lynch coming back into the mix there on the turn. She had a great turn, but it is going to be Kendra Delport out in lane number 7. In fact, that's lane 8. Kensian missing, who takes that home, followed home by Kendra Delport in 7 and Gemma Smith in lane number 3. Our penultimate heat of the 16 and under girls backstroke. We've got Isla in 1, Nina in 2, Tilly in 3, Lulibo in 4, Kaylin in 5, Morgan in 6, Jamie in 7, Delane in 8, Kaylin in 9, and Ava in lane 10. girls in the water. Pretty good start across the board here. It looks like it's lanes 2 and 3 who are going to lead us into the wall. Nina and Tilly. But this is very much still anyone's race. Good turn there in lane number 5. Wonderful work from Kaylin Kempton. But it's still Tilly leading the pack. But moves out in 6 and 7 as well. I think it is going to be Kaylin in lane 5 coming home, although 7 is coming really quick. Lane 5 takes it for Kaylin, and then lane 7, that's Jamie Hibbert, who came home in 2nd, with Morgan Jardim coming home in 3rd place. The Libo and Bluli getting in the mix there as well. Nice racing there across the board from the girls. So our final heat of the girls 16 and under 50 meter backstroke, we got Taylor in 1, Leah in 2, Kenzie in 3, Paige in 4, Zoe in 5, that's Zoe Ross in 5, Zoe Vergarellis in 6, Charlotte Olver in 7, Ava in 8, Mika in 9, and Arabella in lane 10. Paige and the 2 Zoes coming from SK Swim School. They come in with the fastest ranked times. They seem to be a decent stretch ahead of the rest of the field. Zoe Ross coming in with a 38.24. She'll be hoping to stay under 40 seconds for this race. And the rest of the swimmers in the outside lanes in around the 44-45 second time. Swimming against Zoe, I'm hoping to see a couple of them take nice time off. Really good work on the ledge there from Paige Jardim in lane number 4, and her underwater work is really, really strong. And it is Paige who's going to lead us into the wall. Nice, smooth swimming there, and she gets home in a 42.02. Wonderful swimming. Just having a look at the caps there. I wonder if the lane allocations were right on the program that I have in front of me. We'll have to check Meet Manager to confirm that, but the swimmer in lane 4 taking that out comfortably. Really strong swimming in the middle of the pool there. So that's it for the girls. We now move on to 7 heats of boys 16 and under 50 back. Heat 1 of 7, just the 3 youngsters, the 6-year-old Willem de Beer, Levi Schleerto in 5, and Jackson Missing in lane 7. Really is wonderful to see these youngsters getting stuck in here at this level 1 series gala. 6, 7 and 8 they are. Willem in lane 4 had a wonderful freestyle. Let's see if he can emulate that in the backstroke leg. And pretty even start so far. Willem just out ahead. The swimmer from Waterbourne. Levi and Jackson both coming from Aquafins. A good turn from Levi. He's trying to close the gap here to Willem. But it looks like Willem is going to just be too quick in this particular 50. So he follows up a wonderful freestyle race with an equally impressive backstroke race. He's going to come in well under the minute mark, touching in a 55.12. We see a move here from Jackson missing, coming home really strong. And I think Levi might find that he's disqualified in lane 5 there for turning onto his front and touching. Have to be on your back as you touch there. As we move on to heat number 2. In lane 1 we've got Alexander, Keshav in 2, Ethan in 3, Ben in 4, Hugh in 5, Graham in 6, Jake in 7, Matthew in 8, Chris in 9, and Ji Sheng in lane 10. So again, we'll have a bit of a mismatch here. 4 swimmers come in with times. That's Ben, Hugh, Graham, and Jake swimming in the middle. 3 9-year-olds and a 7-year-old, and then the older swimmers without times on the outside. Watch out for Ethan in lane 3. As well as Matthew Clark out in lane number 8. And it is Matthew Clark in lane 3, off to an absolute flyer here. He's got a massive lead over the rest of the field. He does come in with a no time, that's why he's racing here in heat number 2. And it looks like it's 1, 8 and 9 following him to the wall. Alexander, Matthew and Chris. Yeah, Ethan in lane 3, absolute cracking race there, coming home in a 41.01. You see, I think that was lane 9 first. Chris Groenwinkel in a 49.43 and Matthew Clark in a 49.79. So great for them to get times on the board. As we see the youngsters in the middle of the pool coming through. A nice dice there between the 3 of them in 5, 6 and 7. On to heat 3, so the first of our fully timed heats. Got Sam Johnson in 1, Richard in 2, Olorato in 3, Carl in 4, Jaden in 5, Alexander in 6, Daniel in 7, Soren in 8, Jonathan in 9, and Max Irumba in the outside lane. pretty even across the heat here. Is lane 5. Jaden Schlebusch, who's going to lead us to the wall. He's got lots of company in lane 1, 3 and 4. A good turn from Jaden though, and that's going to help him open his lead a little bit. It looks like that's Olerato Moache in 3 that's trying to chase him down. You can hear the Olerato fan club next to the commentary booth here as we see a move from Carl Osner in lane 4. But Jaden is just hanging on, and he will come home in first place. He touches in a 54.50. So on about his time, he takes 900ths off. Good swimming there from the youngster in lane number 5, 9-year-old Jaden, swimming out of Waterbourne. So heat number 4, we got Michael Bill in 1, Thirian in 2, Luke in 3, Max in 4, Thomas in 5, DA in 6, Matthew in 7, Oliver Olver in 8, Hayden Rasmus in 9, and Noel Johnson in lane number 10. Swimmers in the water. There's a little bit of movement there just before the start, which is why we delayed. We waited for the swimmers to get settled, but we're off now, and it looks like it's lanes 3 and 6. It's Matthew Ngara in lane 6, but it is going to be Luke Robinson. Gets us to the water, and sorry, I got that wrong. It's D.A. Song in lane number 6. This is all about the Luke Robinson show at the moment. No one else seeming to get too close to him. D.A. Song holding on for second place. There is a move in lane 4 as well from Max G. But it is D.A. Song who gets in there. A 50.69 for D.A. A 51.66 out in lane 7. For Matthew Ngara. So we move on to heat number 5 of 7. Nice range of age groups here. We got Noah Stewart in 7, the 8-year-old, as well as Lu Kanyo Ngoboli, should I say, the 14-year-old. Nathan in 1, Thomas Tsaperas in 2, Bukanyo in 3, Nkosanati in 4, Godfrey in 5, Malachi in 6, Noah in 7, Matthew in 8, Siwan in 9, and Luke in the outside lane. Looks like we've got a couple of scratches, 3, 4, and 5. Mukanyo and Kosanati and Godfrey not swimming this morning. A nice start there in 6 from Malachi, but it's pretty even. And in fact, it looks like it might be Noah Stewart heading to the wall first. just getting his turn wrong there, which allows Malachi to overtake. And we're seeing also a strong swim in lane 1 from Nathan Forster. It's all about gas in the tank in the second lane, and it does look like that's going to be Malachi who gets home first in a 47.37. And Nathan Forster in lane 1 in a 48.48, with Noah Stewart in a 48.85, coming home in third place. Penultimate backstroke heat. We've got Travis in 1, Connor in 2, Cole in 3, Chuma in 4, Geto in 5, Zane in 6, Nathan in 7, Bushle in 8, Jason 9, and Zian in 10. This should be a really interesting race. On their entry times, Geto Buthelezi comes in with a 46.51 as the fastest time, and Zian in lane 10, a 47.54 is the slowest time on the sheet. So 1 second separates the field, so this should be really interesting racing. So scratches in 5 and 9, that's Geto and Jace North, which should make this even more interesting as a race. Less than a second separating the field. And a really strong start in lane 8. It's Bushle who's going to lead us into the wall at the turn here. Has anyone got any gas in the tank? Looking at Nathan Silverman trying to come back at Bushle in lane 8, but it is Bushle holding on. Really good swimming from Bushle. Nice still ahead as he goes through and touches in a 41.61. That's a massive improvement. He's taken 6 seconds off there. Across the board, those times have come down dramatically. Really good swimming from all the guys involved there. They'll be really happy with those times. On to our final heat here. We've got Tanner in 1, Aram in 2, Nathan in 3, Ashwin in 4, Cameron in 5, Jude in 6, Neil in 7, Tharlan in 8, Declan in 9, and Matthew van Staden in lane 10. Cameron Sherry in lane 5, he's under the 39-second mark with Ashwin and Jude either side of him, registering with times of 39 seconds. So we're looking for a fast race here, hoping to see at least the 3 of them under the 40-second mark, but hopefully all 3 of them under the 39-second mark, as we see a great start from Cameron Stewart in 5. He's being chased by Jude Stewart outside him in lane 6. And it is in fact Jude who's going to get to the wall first. Good turns from both boys. Slightly better underwater work there from Cameron Sherry. He's got off the wall quicker and further and opened up half the body length there. Those turns so important as we see them pushing hard for home, chasing a sub 38. And we've got there 37.91. That's great swimming. And a 39.02 for Jude Stewart out there. So big PB for Cameron Cherry as well as a PB for Jude Stewart. They'll be very happy with an under 50 fly. 3 9-year-olds in heat number 1, Kimberly in lane 4, Katie in 5, and Rory Sang in lane 6. Shout out to Chandwa at home watching Kimberly. We love to see the support. I see there have been some last minute changes, in fact, to this program with 5 swimmers lining up here in heat number 1. The program that I have in front of me only has Kimberly, Katie and Rory Sang. See what we can do to see if we can get a quick update to see who the other swimmers in this race are. I believe the additions have come in lanes 5 and 6 here. So we've moved Katie McLaren and Rory Sang out to lanes 7 and 8. Just don't have names. But it's been a good start here from the swimmer in lane number 6. She's being chased by Kimmy in lane number 4. In fact, it looks like we're going to have a nice little battle for second and third here between lanes 4 and 5. But it is lane 6 just going away from the other girls at the moment. Stopping to have a little look. Starting to tire as the 50 fly, which is very long, but she's done the work up front and she's going to hold on for the win. And it is going to be lane 5 who comes home for second place, Kimberly for third, and Katie McLaren in lane 7 for fourth, with Rory Sang finishing in 5th place there. Heat 2 of 5, we've got Emita in 1, Kaylin in 2, Addison in 3, Emma in 4, Nikisha in 5, Paige in 6, Kaylin in 7, Isla in 8, Bokamoso in 9, and Ane in lane 10. Girls on the block. All of these girls come in unseeded, so this is their first 50 fly. Wonderful to see them taking on the challenge. Can't remember the last time I swam a 50 fly myself. I'm far too scared of the work required to get through a 50 meters of butterfly. We'll be seeing a great swim in lane number 4. That's Emma Buckley, being chased down by Kaylin Kempchin in lane 2, and there's a bit of a battle happening out in 7 and 8 for third place between Kaylin and Isla. But a big move in the outside lane as Ane makes her move and puts her claim in for that third place as Emma Buckley comes home first. And in fact, Ane getting home for second. And I think it's, yes, lane 2, Kaylin hanging on for third place there with Isla coming home in fourth and Kaylin Yates coming home in fifth place. As we look at heat number 3, we've got Kenzie Hall in 1, Chloe Killian in 2, Nolan Prevost in 3, Charlotte in 4, Sophia in 5, Kohone in 6, Morgan in 7, Sophia Pampel in 8, Keante Lynch in 9, and Selena Ochola in the outside lane. It's a wonderful start in lane number 7. Morgan Jardim really putting the marker out in that first length. There's Morgan. She's going to be chased by lane number 5. That's Sofia Ristic. But Morgan really going away from the field here. Good swim from Kohone in lane 6 as well. Looks like she's going to hang on for third place. But Morgan coming home, touching in a 48.25. That's a remarkable 10 seconds off her registered time. So really, really wonderful swimming from Morgan there. On to heat number 4, the penultimate of the girls butterfly heats. We've got Paige in 1, Ava in 2, Leah in 3, Gemma in 4, Kenzie Ann in 5, Kendra in 6, Abigail in 7, Isabella in 8, Gabriella in 9, and Delane in lane number 10. Couple of swimmers registering in the 51-second mark here, so it should be quite a nice battle between Gemma, Kenzie Ann, Kendra and Abigail in 4, 5, 6 and 7. Let's see if any of them can dip under that 50-second mark. Morgan Jardim in the previous heat really putting a marker down there for this 50-meter butterfly. And we are seeing 5, 6 and 7 having a nice little battle, as well as Paige McAdam in lane number 1. And it is Kenzie Ann missing, leading from 5 at the moment. She's opened up a really nice lead. And she's going to come home nicely. Pretty tough to pick a second place. I think it's going to be lane 1, followed by lane 9. Yes, 1 and then 9. So that's Paige McAdam coming home second, and Gabriela Vergareles in lane 9 coming home in third place. As we move on to heat 5, the final heat of the girls 50-meter butterfly. Got Ava in 1, Charlotte in 2, Mika in 3, Neo in 4, Zoe in 5, Lulibo in 6, Zoe Vergareles in 7, Erin in 8, Arabella in 9, and Ayanda in the outside lane, swimming from lane number 10. Really nice start from Zoe in lane 7 there. Great underwater work. But it looks like the early move is coming from Mika LaRue in 3 as well as Zoe Ross in 5. Zoe the only swimmer here under 43 seconds with a 42.99 on her record. She is being challenged by Mika Ross, but Zoe looking nice and strong here, and she is opening about half a body length here on Mika. We're seeing Zoe Vergarelis out in lane 7 making a move, but Mika holds on for 3rd place. A 43 for Zoe Ross, a 44 for Mika LaRue, so she's taken off time there. And Zoe Vergarelis in 7 coming home in 3rd place there. Alright, on to the boys 16 and under 50 fly. 5 heats of this, starting with heat number 1, Lesedi in 4, Michael in 5, and Noel in lane 6. Again, I see there have been some additions to this first heat. Late entries to the program. We've got swimmers 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 5 swimmers taking the water. And the boys are underway. Nice quick start here in lane number 3. He's being chased by the swimmer out in lane 7. There's a nice little battle on the go here. There's going to be 7 into the wall first. And a great turn there. Really working hard to get off the wall, out as far as possible, putting in those butterfly kicks in the streamlined position. He's opened up about 3 body lengths, I'd say. I think that could be Noel Johnson out in lane 11. And he comes home in a 43.51, 43.53, I beg your pardon. Really good swimming. The youngster in lane 3 has just run out of gas, but he's good. On to heat number 2. We've got Geto in 2, Ethan in 3, Oliver Olver in 4, Kyle in 5, Lorato in 6, Nathan in 7, that's Nathan Sherry in 7, Nathan Silberman in 8, and Matthew Clark in lane 9. Watch out for Ethan in lane number 3. Expecting a strong swim here from the young man. We're seeing a really strong start in lane 7. Nathan Sherry taking us out towards the wall there. He's going to get to the wall. About a body length lead over Ethan and Nathan Silberman outside him. Wonderful swimming. Nathan Sherry has had a great morning so far. But this is a great 50 fly that we're seeing from the youngster. He's going to touch in a 43.15. He'll be very happy with that. Nice to get that time registered. Nathan Silberman coming home in second in a 50.02 with Ethan in a 51.19. As we look towards heat number 3, we've got Luke Gamansky in 1, Daniel in 2, Thomas Fowler in 3, Chris in 4, Max in 5, Jace in 6, Thomas in 7, Zian in 8, Godfrey in 9, and Connor Daniels swimming from 10. Looks like that's lane 8 with the slight lead. Zian Haysamen. We get a nice view down the pool here. Daniel Blackburn also very much in this race, but Zian out in 8, leading us away here. Seeing a move from lane number 5. That's Max Chi now. Looking to see if he can finish hard. It's going to be tight between these two, but I think Max Chi's just going to edge it. He's got about half a body length on Zian, and he does come home first in a 50.21 for Max, a 52.02 for Zian. A really nice improvement from Zian there, moving from a 58.40 to a 52.02. Penultimate heat of butterfly, we've got Nkosanathi in 1, Matthew Tooth in 2, Matthew van Staden in 3, a third Matthew Ngara in 4, Tana Siganek in 5, Malachi in 6, Declan in 7, Zane in 8, Siwan in 9, and Cole Hall swimming from lane 10. Pretty even start across the pool here. It looks like it's 5 and 6. Tana and Malachi who are going to lead us to the turn here. A strong swim in lane 2 as well from Daniel Blackburn, Matthew Tooth in 2. It is Tana going away from the field here. He's got a body length on everyone at the moment. He's had a really strong morning, has Tana Siganek. And just continuing here in the 50 fly, strong work from him. He's going to be looking to be around the 42-second mark, 42.83 for Tana. Good swimming. And that is Malachi coming home in second in a 46.82. And a 48.34 in lane number 2. That's Matthew Tooth having a great swim there as well, taking a lot of time off his PB. So wonderful to see that. And our final heat here of the boys 16 and under 50 butterfly. Travis Xavier in 1, Tharlin in 2, Bushle in 3, Neil Robinson in 4, Chaim in 5, Cameron Sherry in 6, Jude Stewart in 7, Ashwin in 8, Chuma in 9, and Lucanio in lane 10. two 15-year-olds swimming here, Chaim and Cameron Sherry. Let's watch for them to go head-to-head in this duel. But Cameron does come in with a 35 second, and that's significantly faster than any of the other swimmers. And we see him opening an early lead here. Interesting stroke there from Cameron Sherry, getting very high out of the water, but those arms getting all the way through, and that's proving to be quite effective for him as he looks to set a PB of 33.43. That's good swimming from Cameron Sherry. And it is Chaim who comes home second in a 37.47. Effective swimming there across the board. They'll be happy with that. Particularly Cameron Sherry taking off. I've got the names the wrong way around. It's Chaim who swam the 33.43 from lane 5. Coming home in first there, with Cameron Sherry coming home second in the 37.47. Both taking 2 seconds off their PB. They'll be very happy with that. Alright, the last of our 50 races, the breaststroke this morning. We start with the girls, 50 meter breast, 16 and under. We've got 10 heats, starting with heat number 1, Isabella Mukuna, Erin Riki and Nompumelelo Sabanjana. A nice strong start here in lane 5 from Erin. She's opened up about a 10-meter lead here in the first length. You can see a really nice stroke from Erin here, finishing her kick, working on getting into that streamlined position underwater, and she's going to go away from the field, take this out nice and comfortably. She's going to be under the minute mark, closer to 55 seconds, stops it on a 54.60. Wonderful swimming from Erin there, as we see Isabella in second place here. We cut back to Nompumelelo. As the crowd gets behind her here at Wahoo Aquatics Centre. Wonderful collection of supporters. And Nompumelelo gets home to the biggest cheer of the day. On to heat 2, Isabella Bragg in 1, Cadence in 2, Emita in 3, Nakisha in 4, Neo in 5, Emma in 6, Zinke in 7, Maddie in 8, and Caitlin Ford in lane 9. All of these swimmers putting in their first 50 breast for the series, so have no times coming in on the ranking. We're seeing a nice strong swim in lane 6 from Emma Buckley. She's had a really good morning swimming out of SK Swim School in Douglasdale. Under the tutelage of Sean Campbell. A really good swim from Emma. And looks like that's lane 9. Caitlin Ford coming home in second place. And Imita coming home for third there. Wonderful for those swimmers to get some times on the board registered against their names. So we move to the first of our timed heats here. Heat number 3, got Emily in 1, Leah in 2, Melanie in 3, Alice in 4, Hannah Lindsay in 5, Mackenzo in 6, Kendall in 7, Aliyah in 8, Alexa in 9, and Jamie Townsend swimming in lane 10. We've got quite a few 5 8-year-olds, 3 9-year-olds, and a 7-year-old in this race. Great to see the youngsters so well represented here. Huge shout out to Leah Kalji in 2, one of 2 7-year-olds swimming this morning. The 2 youngest girls in the field. We'll see Ntanda Masengu up a little bit later. Well, we've got a great race developing here. Lane 4, 5, 6 and 7 all in the hunt here. It looks like it is going to be Alice King leading us to the wall just ahead of Mackenzo and Kendall. Hannah Lindsay just falling off the pace a little bit, but she's still very much in it. Very little to choose between these 4 swimmers. It looks like Mackenzo Mnisi is just edging ahead, but we're seeing a late move from Kendall Tembo. I think Kendall's going to take. Oh, it's too tight to call. It's been given to Mackenzo, with Kendall coming in second. Really good work. And big PBs there across the board. I think a 104 in the end for Mackenzo Mnisi, taking off 4 seconds from a 108.88 coming in. On to Heat 4, Amani in 1, Ife in 2, Olivia in 3, Selena in 4, Katara in 5, Mohato in 6, Lenchle in 7, Isabella in 8, Willow in 9, and Ntanda, our second 7-year-old, in lane 10. Great to have you with us, Catherine. We're all shouting for Ntanda out in lane number 10 as well. The youngster representing here at the Wahoo Aquatic Centre, as we see a strong swim from Ife Oni in lane 2. She gets to the wall first, but she's got company out in lane 6 with a great turn is Mohato Letebe. Mohato doing really nicely there. She's timed this race well, building up to it, looking to get through her stroke. She's not quite getting into that aerodynamic position. She's just straight into the next stroke, but her tempo is nice and high, and that is going to see her take out the race here. Really good swimming from the young lady there. As we see Ntando coming home really nicely as well out in the outside lane, in the mix there for a podium. I think it might have been 5th place. It was 5th place for Ntando. A nice, tight race there across the board. On to Heat 5. We've got Leah in 1, Sophia in 2, Kenzie in 3, Ane in 4, Tomilola in 5, Taylor in 6, Gabriella in 7, Chloe in 8, Kendra in 9, and Emma in lane number 10. Bill's being asked to stand down. Not 100% sure what the issue was there, but we're under starters orders again. Tommy Lola in lane number 5, the only swimmer under the minute mark with a 59.99 to her name. And watch out for Taylor Kite in 6. She'll be looking to break that minute mark as well. The early racing being done here in lane number 3. That's Kenzie leading us to the wall, with Taylor Kite right behind her, and a great turn out in lane number 9. That's Kendra Delport. She almost came out of nowhere there. She really attacked the wall, got a great turn in, and she's opened up a nice lead on the field here. She'll be under that minute mark. She's having a great swim. Taylor Kite chasing her down, but I think it's too far for her to get to. 54.44 for Kendra. Taylor Kite in the 57.01. And lane number 4 in a 59.36. That is Ane Jansen van Rensburg as well. Lots of swimmers under the minute mark for the first time there, but an exceptional swim from Kendra Delport in 9, taking nearly 10 seconds off her time there. On to heat number 6, Keante Lynch in 1, Addison in 2, Isla in 3, Atrissa in 4, Sophia in 5, Kendra Lynch in 6, Samila in 7, Gabriela Rumba in 8, Ora Telue in 9, and Koane in lane 10. Fenta, lovely to have you with us. And a shout out to Isabella Bragg there, absolutely well done to her. As we have a really interesting race developing here. It is lane 2 ahead of lane 6, but there's 5 swimmers very much in the race here. It's Addison Lindsay leading us towards the finish, but we're seeing a move now in lane number 6. There's Kendra Lynch. Tries to challenge Addison, and I think she's in fact timed her race to perfection. Oh, but Addison just hangs on in a 55.60, a 56.44 for Kendra, and lane 5 coming home in 3rd place. That's Sophia Pampel. Heat 7. Got Kana Tembo in 1, Charlotte in 2, Kenzie Ann, she's had a great morning in 3, Sakile in 4, Katie McLaren in 5, Morgan Jardine, she had a wonderful 50 fly. Let's see if she can emulate that in the breaststroke. Mika LaRue in 7, Rory Sang Mokwena in 8, Robin Scala in 9, and Shaluva I've butchered the name, I do apologize, in Bashlati. Early lead in lane 6 and lane 4 here, so it's Tsakile and Morgan Jardine having a bit of a battle. In fact, that's lane 3 battling it out. Kenzie Ann missing in lane 3. As I said, she's had a wonderful morning so far. And Kenzie Ann having a great 50 breaststroke here. Morgan Jardine trying to come back at her, but I think Kenzie Ann's going to just have too much here. She's looking for a low 50, touching in a 52.43. That's really good work. Lane 5 coming home for second place. That's Katie McLaren, with Morgan Jardine outside her in third place. Heat 8 of 10, we've got Blakely in 1, Ava in 2, Kimberly in 3, Abigail in 4, Jamie in 5, Chloe in 6, Ava in 7, Kenzie in 8, Nua in 9, and Ashley in the outside lane. Jamie Hibbert swimming out of SK Swim School. It's going to be pretty comfortable, chasing 53.45. She's going to smash her best time here as she touches in a 50.54 with Abigail Vessels in a 53.50. Taking a little bit of time off there is Abigail. Our penultimate of the ladies, girls 16 and under 50 meter breaststroke races here. We've got Olivia in 1, Gemma in 2, Jessica Taylor in 3, Ayanda in 4, Charlotte in 5, Kaylin in 6, Tilly in 7, Miller in 8, Sophia in 9, and Evie in lane number 10. Couple of swimmers coming in with 51s here to this heat. They'll be looking to see if they can push that 50-second barrier. And we're immediately seeing moves in lanes 2 and 3 here from Gemma and Jessica Taylor. Gemma Smith has had a wonderful gala so far this efforts. Just holding on to the lead, I think, in lane 2. Now the moves coming from the middle of the pool as we see Charlotte Olver, Kaylin Yates and Tilly getting in on the action, and it looks like it's going to be lane 6. Kaylin Yates who gets home there. Now 49.66, we broke that 50-second barrier. A 50.15 for Tilly Gemmell in lane 7. Kaylin will be very happy with that, and a 51.98 for Charlotte Olver in lane 5. Our final 50 here for the girls this morning, the 50 breast. We've got Arabella in 1, Paige in 2, Zoe in 3, Nolaine in 4, Paige in 5, Kaylin in 6, Lulibo in 7, Zoe in 8, Delane in 9, Gabriella in 10. And the girls are off. Watch out for Paige Jardim and Kaylin Kempchen. They both come in with 45s and 46s. Should be quite a long way ahead of the rest of the field, but we're seeing a great race from lanes 1 to 6. All the girls are in this. Slight advantage on the turn there for Kaylin. But we are seeing the move now from Paige Jardim as she comes back, and she's going to take it home here from lane 5, swimming very well. Good touch as well as touching in a 46.20, a little bit off her PB, but she will be happy with that swim. Great swimming from the middle of the pool. Okay, we've got 7 heats of 50s left before we get to the 100-meter backstroke. Starting with heat number 1, we've got Willem de Beer in 4, Levi in 5, and Jackson missing in lane number 6. I've been so impressed with young Willem de Beer this morning. He's the 6-year-old youngest swimmer with us this morning, and he's cleaned up all 3 of his heats so far. Oh, sorry, both the freestyle and the backstroke, this being the 3rd heat that he's swimming. He didn't take on the 50 fly. I'm sure it won't be long until he's setting fire to that race as well. Levi and Jackson also doing very well. And Jackson, Willem coming home in a 103.06, with Levi coming home in 2nd. He's got a 111.75, and Jackson coming home in 3rd place there. Get his time for you as soon as possible, a 115.89. On to heat number 2, we've got Keshav in 1, Matthew Clark in 2, Lucanio in 3, Richard Rice in 4, Graham in 5, Hayden in 6, Hugh in 7, Ethan in 8, Alexander Budnik in 9, and Alexander Boysons in lane 10. So we're seeing a great swim out in lane 8. Ethan has come in this morning with no times on any of his races, so he's been seated really low, but clearly has quite a lot of potential, and it's great for him to be getting those times on the board as we're just watching the other turns here. And here we go, Ethan heading for home with a massive lead. He's going to be under 45 seconds, so that's going to be a good swim. Yeah, a 44.14 for Ethan. Looks like it's going to be the swimmer in lane 10 outside him, Alexander Boysons, coming home for 2nd in a 54.74, and then we come across to lane number 1, lane 2 in fact, where Matthew Clark comes home in a 101.26. And our last two youngsters coming through. Gala, the 7-year-old, looking to beat a 119. Let's see if he's managed to do that. He is not. He comes home in a 124.79 as we look towards heat 3 of 7 here at Wahoo Aquatic Centre Level 1 Series Gala. Got Ben in lane 1, Jaden in 2, Olarato in 3, Daniel in 4, Thomas in 5, Noah in 6, Kosanati in 7, Max in 8, Lesedi in 9, and Oliver Olver in lane 10. Pretty even across the pool here. Everything moves in 2, 5 and 6. Lane 8 in the action as well. And it's Jaden Schlebusch taking us to the wall. And I think lane 5 followed by lane 6 followed by lane 8. Has Jaden got enough in the tank here, or has he gone out too early? He's having a look. He'll lose a little bit of momentum there if you're looking. And I think we're seeing the move from lane number 5. That's Thomas Saperas edging himself into the lead. And we've got action outside him in lane 8 as well with Carl Osner. And it is going to be, I think, lane 8. Yes, lane 8 in 1 minute 08, followed by lane 5. And lane 6 coming home in 3rd place. So Max Arumba in 8 taking it out, followed by Thomas in 5. As we move on to heat number 4, got Luke Robertson in 1, Nathan Forster in 2, Therian in 3, Chris in 4, Samuel in 5, Matthew in 6, Max in 7, Carl in 8, Luke in 9, and Jake Seagram in lane 10. Another really good heat of racing here. Lanes 1, 2, 3, 4 and 6 all very much in the mix here as we cut to the turn shot. Looks like it's going to be lane 2. That's Nathan Forster who's going to turn first. Who gets off the wall best? A great turn in lane 6 by Matthew Tooth. Looks like he's edged into the lead slightly. Nathan Forster is still very much in it as we see moves in from Therian in 3 as well, and lane 5 coming into it, Samuel Johnson, but it is going to be Matthew Tooth in a 55.86, lane 5 in a 55.87, lane 4 in a 56.17. So Matthew Tooth ahead of Sam Johnson, ahead of Chris Schoonwinkel. Good finishing there in the middle of the pool. Heat number 5, we've got Zayn Mohammed in 1, Aram in 2, Matthew in 3, Thomas in 4, Michael in 5, Matthew Ngara in 6, Noel Johnson in 7, Cole in 8, Connor Daniels in 9, and Soren in lane 10. I'm really enjoying the quality of these breaststroke heats here for the boys section. The racing is just great, evenly matched swimmers across the board. Seeing lots of PBs because of the competition this morning. And it is lane 2 here. Aram Khalifa just ahead of the swimmer in lane 5. Matthew Ngara, who's looking to make a move as they come towards the last 10 meters, and in fact he's getting that right. I think it's Michael Bill who comes home in first place. And out in lane 7, Noel Johnson making a late move there, with Matthew Ngara in 6 coming home third. Really good swimming. Our penultimate heat of the 50s, Godfrey Modipa in 1, Travis in 2, Jonathan Rieder in 3, Zian in 4, Tanner in 5, Declan in 6, Siwan in 7, Geto in 8, DA in 9, and Jace in lane 10. Not quite as tight this heat as we've seen up to date. That is Tanner in lane 5 taking us out. He's had a really good morning, has Tanner Siganek, and he's adding another great swim to his efforts. Touching in a 45.91. That's a significant improvement for Tanner over the 48.19 that he came in with. Heat 7, the final heat of the 50s for the morning. Nathan Sherry in 1, Buchle in 2, Nathan in 3, Chaim in 4, Neil in 5, Cameron in 6, Ashwin in 7, Tharlin in 8, Chuma in 9, and Malachi in 10. I've enjoyed the battle here between Chaim and Cameron Sherry all morning. But Neil Robinson in the mix here in lane 5 as well. It looks like it is Cameron Sherry getting to the wall first in lane 6. Ahead of Neil Robinson, and now here comes the move from Chaim Strauss. Cameron Sherry holding on to that lead. He's having a great 50 breast here. It looks like he's going to take it out. He is indeed in a 40.04. So a really nice PB there for Cameron Sherry, taking nearly 2 seconds off his time. Ahead of Chaim in second and Neil Robinson in third place. There'll be a quick break now, just while we sort out the backstroke ledges for the swimmers. And on to our 100-meter event for the day, the backstroke 100. Just the two swimmers in heat number 1. Got Taylor Kite swimming out of lane 5 and Lenhle Mnyeni in lane 6, two 8-year-olds. Taylor Kite swimming out of SK Swim School and Lenhle swimming for the Electric Eels, the home club here at Wahoo Aquatics Centre. For both of them, it's their first 100 back, so they'll be getting a time on the cards here. Really good work there from Taylor Kite on the start, getting out nice and high, pushing herself away from the wall and then following that up with some good underwater work. And Taylor going away from Lenhle here in this first lane. Nice turn there from Taylor as well. We get a nice close-up here on her turn onto her stomach, over the legs out behind her. Work a little bit harder on the underwater work afterwards, but that's really effective work from Taylor Kite. Very impressive 8-year-old. If we have any water polo players watching, they'll recognize the surname from the world of water polo. Dad and uncle both representing the country. As we get to have a look at the gap that she's opened up there on Lenhle. We'll cut back just to watch Lenchle's turn before we finish with Taylor. And here comes Taylor Kite looking for around a 140 sub 100 second, and she gets in a 138.27. Really good swimming. She'll be very happy with that. On to heat number 2, we've got Emma Schoenwinkel in 2, Miller in 3. Caitlin in 4, Kimberly in 5, Katie McLaren in 6, Rory Sung in 7, Tommy Lola in 8, and Chloe Lee in lane 9. So all of these swimmers are swimming their first 100 backstroke in a gala, so registering their first time. Great to have that on the board. And in fact, we only have times for swimmers in heats 6 and 7. And we've been able to rank the swimmers on age group here. 2 8-year-olds and then the rest are 9 in this race. As we see, another good start in lane number 4. That's Caitlin Ford. She's being chased to the wall from lane 2. Emma Schoenwinkel. Also very much in the race here is Katie McLaren. Who's saved enough in the tank for this last 50. See a great turn from Katie McLaren in lane 6 there. Caitlin Ford just seems to be tightening up a little bit, tiring as we head into the final 2 lengths here. You can see a nice race playing out for 3rd place as well, between Emma and Miller in lanes 2 and 3. Katie Ford just holding on. Slightly better turn there from Katie McLaren. And she's opened up the lead for the first time as Caitlin Ford just falters a little bit on her turn. So it is going to be Katie McLaren over Caitlin Ford. And then it looks like it's Emma Schoenwinkel just holding on in lane 2. Heat 3 of 7, we've got Olivia Sherry in 1, Anae in 2, Jamie in 3, Amani in 4, Kendra in 5, Arabella in 6, Charlotte in 7, Willow in 8, Selena in 9, and Gabriella in lane 10. 2 9-year-olds and then there are a bunch of 10-year-olds in this race. Pretty good start in lanes 3 and 6. Jamie Hibbett and Arabella Chauvin. And then a nice battle for the podium playing out between lanes 2 and 4. That's Anae and Amani. As we saw in that last heat, it's all about who saves that gas in the tank. Trick is not to go out too quick in these hundreds. Save a little bit of energy for the final length as we turn into the 50 here. Amani making a bit of a move, making sure she holds on to that third place. In fact, she's going to try and challenge for second ahead of Jamie. Jamie's holding on as we see Arabella opening a nice lead over the rest of the field. And that's good swimming from Arabella, touching in a 1:38.47. Very nice. And Jamie coming home in a 1:42.53. And a 1:48.10 for Amani in lane number 5. Wonderful swimming there from the last two athletes getting home. Heat number 4, Sophia Pampel in 1, Kenzie in 2, Kaylin Kempchen in 3, Kaylin Yates in 4, Milani in 5, Oretelue in 6, Robin in 7, Alexis in 8, Jessica Taylor in 9, and Sumilla in lane 10. Good start in lane 2 here for Kenzie Hall. And if we look out in lane 8, that's Alexa Smith also having a really good swim. I think Alexa Smith is making a move here in 8. Let's see if we pick up the wide angle, we can see that she is slightly ahead of her competitor, Kenzie Hall, in lane 2. We go to the turn cam. Maybe half a body length as they head for home. Who's got gas in the tank here? Alexa seems to have timed this race really well. Kenzie Hall puts in a big effort, but I think it is still going to be Alexa Smith holding on. And it is Alexis who takes it home. Kenzie Hall coming home in second. 1:36 for Alexa Smith and a 1:38 for Kenzie Hall. Heat 5 of 7 now. Addison Lindsay in 1, Paige in 2, Delane in 3, Isla in 4, Zoe in 5, Tilly in 6, Kendra in 7, Lilibo in 8, Ava in 9, and Nina Combrink in the outside lane. We've got Zoe and Tilly, the two 12-year-olds, swimming in 5 and 6 here. The rest of the girls in this race, 11 years old. Let's see if the 11-year-olds can challenge the two 12-year-olds in the middle of the pool. Zoe Virgarelis has had a really good gala though, so I'd expect her to have a great swim here out of lane 5. So we see her get well out of the water and off the wall so nicely does Zoe, and it's great underwater work. But she does have company in Tilly Gemel, and in fact it's lane 7, Kendra Dalport, who's going to lead us to the wall. Kendra not getting her turn quite right there, and so it'll be Tilly who takes the lead now. So Kendra again really fast through the water, but the turns are proving to be quite an issue, and Tilly and Zoe just getting through those tumble turns really nicely, and that's giving them an advantage. And in fact Tilly's holding on to the lead because of her turns at the moment as we head towards the last 25. Kendra just loses so much momentum at the wall there. But is she going to be quick enough through the water here in this last length to challenge Tilly Jamel? And here comes Zoe. So it's a real three-way battle here, but I think it is Kendra Dalport in lane 7 who's going to take it out ahead of Tilly Jamel and then Zoe Virgarelis. And that's it. It's 1:36.29 for Kendra, 1:37.25 for Tilly, and a 1:37.67 for Zoe in lane 5. Okay, so we have some girls with seeded times coming in here. Well, you needing to take off quite a lot, 201, 206 and 207 when we're seeing 136s at the moment, but let's see if they can do that. So in 1 we've got Erin, in 2 Paige Jardine, in 3 Neo, in 4 Nolane, in 5 Ashley, in 6 Chloe, in 7 Shaluva, in 8 Kenzie Ann, in 9 Sakile, and in lane 10 Nikisha. A really nice start here in lane 2 from Paige Jardine. The guys and girls at SK Swim School have clearly been doing quite a lot of work on their starts. Very impressive to see. And Paige is another one of the swimmers who's had a really good morning. She does have her teammate Erin Stassen in lane 1 for company, and we're seeing a pretty good swim out in lane 8 as well from Kenzie Ann, missing another girl who's had a phenomenal morning. Kenzie Ann just getting through that turn a little bit better, but she's going to open the lead. You can see Kenzie Ann out in lane 8 there. In fact, it's quite tight. Paige is having a great third length there, and Paige is going to get to the wall first. It's wonderful racing from Paige here. Paige and Erin, they looking really comfortable in lanes 2 and 1, so Paige is going to take it out. It is going to be Kenzie Ann missing out in lane 8, coming home for second, with Erin Stassen bringing home the third place. in a 138.31 there for Aaron Stassen. 134.78 for Paige Odim and a 137.77 for Kenzie Ann Missing. So our final race of the morning for the girls. We've got Isabella Purden in 1, Ava Glendinning in 2, Leah Rimba in 3, Mika LaRue in 4, Zoe Ross in 5, Morgan Jardine in 6, Gemma Smith in 7, Charlotte Olver in 8, Keontae Lynch in 9, and Abigail Vessels in lane number 10. Range of ages in the water here, so it's going to be tough to pick a winning. The 11-year-old Zoe Ross has had a phenomenal morning, but Mika LaRue, the 13-year-old, has also been going really well, so not sure who I would be picking between those two in lanes 4 and 5. And it is Mika LaRue in lane 4 who's got the early lead. Inside her, Leah Rimba also having a good swim. And in lane 1, Isabella Purden also very much in the mix. That's a great turn from Zoe Ross in the middle of the pool. We're seeing a move from Gemma Morgan Jardine in lane 6 as well. So Mika LaRue from Morgan Jardine in 6. From I think Zoe Ross is holding on to 3rd at the moment in lane 5. There's also a move out in lane 10. And here comes lane number 2. Ava Glendinning also having a great swim. Ava's going to challenge Morgan Jardine for 2nd place from lane 2 here. Has she timed her race to perfection? So seeing Abigail Vessels out in 10 having a good race, and here comes Leah Rumba in lane number 3. Morgan Jardine looking to close hard, but it is Mika LaRue, Morgan Jardine, and Ava Glendinning with Christine Vessels coming home, I think, in 4th place out in lane number 10. One event left, 5 heats to go, and then we are done from the November edition of this Level 1 Series Gala. And then 16 and under, 100 meter backstroke. In lane 2 we've got Max Arimba, Noah Stewart in 3, Oliver Olver in 4, Travis Xavier in 5, Thomas Saperas in 6, Levi Shileto in 7, and Samuel Johnson in lane 8. Good starts from Noah Stewart and Travis Xavier here. Lanes 3 and 5. Thomas Saperas trying to hold on. Trevor Xavier seeming to have timed this race nicely, and he's going away from the field a little bit. Noah Stewart still very much in the mix, the 8-year-old swimming in lane number 3. Noah just getting that turn wrong as we cut back to Travis. There's a big move in the middle of the pool, challenging Noah Stewart from Thomas for that second place. And I think Thomas has done enough to overtake Noah, so he'll come home for second as Travis touches in a 1:44.27 with Thomas in a 1:47.72. On to heat number 2. Connor Daniels in 1, Noel in 2, Cole in 3, Nathan in 4, Thirian in 5, Daniel in 6, Chris in 7, Nkosanati in 8, Zane in 9, and Jace North in lane 10. Pretty even start across the board. It looks like it might be lane 9. Zain Mohammed leading us to the wall here. Yeah, strong swim from Zain out on the outside. Swimming for the Electric Eels is Zane on his home turf here at Wahoo Aquatics Centre. It's a really nice turn from the young man. Getting that stroke count right as they approach the wall. You can see Zane with about a body length lead on the outside at the bottom of your picture there. Top, should I say, rather. But the moves coming from the inside here in lanes 3 and 4. They've timed it well, and they're going to challenge Zane now as we head for home. That's Cole Hall and Nathan Forster. Nathan Forster just with a slight edge, I think. Yeah, Nathan looks like he's going to take it with Cole Hall coming back at him. Hall finishing really hard though. I think Cole gets that. Yes, Cole gets that in a 1:43 dead. Nathan Forster with a 1:43.25 and Zain Mohammed with a 1:43.60. Only 600ths or 6/10ths of a second there separating those three swimmers. What an exciting race. Heat number 3, Michael Bill in lane 1, Matthew Tooth in 2, DA in 3, Nathan in 4, Chuma in 5, Soren in 6, Matthew van Staden in 7, Keshav in 8, Alexander in 9, and Declan in lane 10. Nice even start here across the pool. Not much to choose between any of the athletes as we head towards the turn. It looks like it is lane 7. That's Matthew van Staden. It's going to lead us to the wall with Declan Gaylord in close company there. It was a great turn from Declan out on the outside. And we're seeing a good swim in lane 4 as well from Nathan Silberman. But Matthew van Staden holding on to the lead. In fact, I lie, that was Declan Gaylord out in lane 10 who got to the turn first there. Well, Declan just holding on as we head towards the final turn, the 75-meter mark. So who's got the most left in the tank? Dalen, Matthew van Staden, and in lane number 4 we've got Nathan Silberman. Declan really seems to have found another gear out on the outside, but here comes Nathan Silberman as well. Declan's got this in the bag. He's going to touch first, followed by Nate with a nice strong finish in the center, 137.09, followed by a 139.81 for Nathan, and in lane 7 followed by lane 5. Matthew van Staden hanging on for third place, with Chuma Manjor coming home like a steam train, coming home for fourth place. As we see D.A. Song getting in for his 100 back. Second last race of the morning. Heat number 4, we got Matthew Clark in 1, Bochule in 2, Godfrey in 3, Ethan in 4, Ashwin in 5, Malachi in 6, Tanner in 7, Tharlin in 8, Carl in 9, and Oloroto in lane 10. Great to see the likes of Ethan and Matthew Clark are racing against the other 12 and 13-year-olds. See if they can push them a little bit. Obviously, as we spoke about earlier, they didn't have any times, so due to the seedings, they were down in the lower heats. That's now been remedied because we've got great times on the board, so they'll be in the business end of the galas going forward. But Ethan has been particularly impressive this morning, swimming in lane number 4. Well, let's see how he goes in this 100 back. Here's Ethan and Ashwin heading into the wall ahead of the rest of the field. With Tanner in lane 7 trying to hang on as well. And Bochule in lane number 2, also very much part of it, but Ashwin is leading us into the turn at the 50. Ashwin seems to be going away from Ethan and Tanner a little bit here. Tanner just trying to hang on to Ethan's coattails. And we're definitely seeing a move in lane number 2 from Bochule. He's moved into third place. And he's going to challenge Ethan on the turn here. Ethan makes a little bit of a mess of his turn, and now Tanner's in the mix as well. But it is all about Ashwin in lane number 5. He's going to take this out. Ethan seems to be just holding on for third place, but here comes Bochule. I think Bochule might beat him to the wall. Tanner Siganex also in it. Bochule not with a great finish, trying to glide in, but he does get ahead in a 136.91, ahead of Ethan in a 137.45, with Tanner Siganek in a 139.46 coming home on the far side for fourth place. So our final race for the morning. Heat 5 of 5 in the 100-meter backstroke for boys 16 and under. We've got Lucanio Mgoboli in 1, Matthew Ngara in 2, Max Shi in 3, Siwan Wu in 4, Arham Khalife in 5, Zian Heisamen in 6, Thomas Fowler in 7, Luke Gumansky in 8, Neil Robinson in 9, and Jude Stewart in lane 10. I'm expecting the action to come from lanes 9 and 10, Neil Robinson and Jude Stewart in this particular race, but let's not ride off the likes of Aram Khalifa, Siwan Wu and Max Shi either. And it does look like it is the swimmers in the outside lanes, Neil Robinson and Jude Stewart. Neil Robinson leading the charge here, but Aram Khalifa is very much in the mix as well, not letting them get out of sight. Aram, the 12-year-old, racing against the two 14-year-olds out in the outside lanes. Neil Robinson leading from Jude Stewart here. We have a look. There's Aram in third place, not out of it. If he can find an extra gear here in this final length, he might be able to challenge, but he's going to have to get the turn spot on and really find that gas button. Here comes Jude Stewart at Neil Robinson. Neil just holding on for now. These two are holding their lead, and it looks like Neil Robinson is going to hold on for the win on the touch. He does just get there, 128.48 ahead of 128.65 for Jude Stewart, as we see Aram coming home in third place. And Sian, the 9-year-old, coming home for fourth in a 142.29, taking 10 seconds off his registered time. Ladies and gents, so thank you so much for joining us here on ItsHappening.Africa. This has been the November Level 1 Series Gala. We hope you have a wonderful Saturday, or Sunday should I say, and enjoy the Springboks a little bit later. We will catch you in December for the fourth version of the Level